Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. Yeah, the Ether chart is moving also basically just in a sideways range, similar to Bitcoin, similar to many other coins, and also here due to the ambiguous price action that we've seen since, well, the middle of August really, we have a few different options how we can see this price action. Maybe we should start on the daily time frame as we're heading into the weekend to remind everybody, okay, where are we actually on the longer time frame chart? Maybe we start even with a weekly chart. Always worth maybe once a week to take a look at it. This is the weekly chart. I'm sure you can interpret this in other ways. This is how I label it. I always work with Fibonacci levels. A lot of people who put up Elliott Wave charts, they just put the waves where they think it looks like a wave complete, whereas you should really use the Fibonacci levels to get to the most likely scenario. On the Ethereum chart, we have the long-term chart here. It shows that Ether completed 3 waves into the 2018 high, then a wave 4 to the downside, here into the 2018 low, basically. Yeah. So yeah, 2018 high, 2018 low, and then into 2020, another 1-2 setup of the main wave 5 here. Then this is a third wave of a fifth wave. This here is the fourth wave, which might have ended in June 22. And we might be in the last rally now in a larger, well, fifth wave basically, right? In the third wave of the fifth wave. Now, this might still change. I mean, this to me is probably the best way to interpret this, because it shows we have 3 waves up, wave 4 down, and this is now the fifth wave. And that could also mean that it reaches basically in the next bull run around about 8 to 12K. So decent movement. After that move to the upside, we basically have one larger wave 1 complete. And after that large wave 1 complete, we have to look for a major downturn, okay, in a wave 2 correction. Wave 1 complete, wave 2 down. The question always comes up around, okay, this here, basically unreliable startup candles very much in the beginning. Is this already a 1-2, or do we just count this a 1-2 and is this a larger third wave? But that shouldn't really bother us right now because it will probably take a while until we have to make that decision. Important to understand is that we can certainly interpret this as a fourth wave. I mean, this is just 3 waves up, clearly, okay? We've got 3 waves up, then an A wave down, overshooting B wave, C wave down into the June 22 lows. I currently assume that the bear market low is in for ETH. Obviously, this could turn into something different. It can still, as you can see here in the yellow box, this is basically the support area for this scenario, the opportunity space on the weekly chart, which means that should we really go into that region and make new bear market lows, I mean, we have an opportunity area that goes all the way down to $391. Only below that level, I will really get nervous about the chart. Until then, you know, this is all covered by the current scenario. I mean, ideally, it doesn't even go below 620. Okay, but we can allow it to go a little lower. But ideally, it doesn't even go below the 50% retracement level. Very important. So the only reason I've got the golden ratio here is because you can interpret this possibly as diagonal structure. Also because we're in the fifth wave, and these often unfold as diagonals. Okay, so. But again, ideally, it doesn't even go below 620. So below 620, I will get a little bit nervous, but below 390, I will really get nervous. But, you know, we're far away from that. I'm not even primarily looking for that, as long as the, and we have to have a look on the daily chart. I think it's around about 1240, $1,240. As long as that level is holding, I'm focusing here on on higher, and I assume that the bear market low is already in. It's always worth, you know, reminding ourselves of this kind of scenario here, okay, where we actually stand. This is just a bullish scenario. So looking at the daily chart now. So this is the daily. You see here that ETH, we count that on the daily chart. We have a support area here between 1240 and 1514. Below 1240, a break into the breakdown into the yellow support area on the weekly chart becomes very likely, because this is for the pattern on the daily chart, the relevant support area. It all depends on which time frame you're trading. So here we are able to count either a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup, which would be very bullish, or just a 1-2, 1-2 setup. Again, that's also not so important which one it is. Support goes down to 1240, and important is to understand that these are bullish scenarios. Could, of course, be some kind of an ABC structure, yes, but again, that's why we're tracking the bullish support, okay? If that bullish support breaks, then we're dealing here with a more bearish scenario, of course. But because we have 5-wave structures to the upside and so far corrective pullbacks, we are focusing generally on higher prices. It's just that we need to know what is the level where this fails, and that's 1240, a sustained break below that level. What I have said before is that this move up initially into the August 22 highs is not clearly an impulse. It's not clearly an impulse, so it obviously adds some weight to the idea that this could just be an ABC structure and we go to new bear market lows, but as long as we are holding above bullish support, there's no reason really to focus on that. We're tracking it, yes, but there isn't really a need to focus on it. It's still worth knowing, and obviously, you know, we can't predict will we make another low or not. You know, it's certainly a possibility. You find all sorts of influencers on crypto Twitter. Oh yeah, we're gonna make a new low. We're not gonna make a new low. You know, that's all I can say to that is possibilities. And because it's a possibility, we need to have a plan for that in our own strategy. Okay, so what do you do if the price goes to that level? Now that is different for every person, because some people might be heavily leveraged, you know, with a long trade. Some people might get stopped out along the way. Some people might see it as a gift. I will see it as a gift. If these prices come again, I will use cash from my portfolio and will use it to buy ETH and Bitcoin, and quite significantly if we make one more bear market low. I mean, I will treat it as a gift, honestly, because I also think if we make one more bear market low, which I think, again, at the moment, I don't think is very likely, but I think this could be the final flush that we need to finally rally, but we'll see. Again, it's nothing I primarily look for. And then, yeah, on the shorter time frame, this is basically, if we go to the daily, we're looking at this messy, one second, this was the weekly. We're looking at this messy price action here right now on the short-term chart. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, and here, obviously, key levels still not too much changed here. Key levels still $1,700. As long as the price doesn't break above it, I'm focusing on the yellow wave count. Above that level, we're looking at higher in the white wave count. That could reach the $1,900 region. But the third wave needs to push a little higher, obviously, right? At the moment, it's very ambiguous. We're holding below the threshold level for the yellow count. So above 1700, the yellow wave count will get less likely. Above the end of August high, the yellow wave count will be invalidated. The white wave count will get more probable, but that is not necessarily bullish. It could just be a high B wave, but we need to see 5 waves up and 3 waves down where the price holds a higher low in a corrective pullback, basically what we call an ABC correction, to confirm that something more bullish is going on. This will be another trade setup for higher. But we need to be aware that after 5 waves up, even this could still be a B wave top, okay? So just be aware of that. Yeah, and maybe it will just touch this trend line somehow, right? Just not very well adjusted, but can always do that. And maybe it will just hit that the trend line in a high B wave. Just be aware of that. As I said, it could go into the high or into the $1,900 region. We'd certainly pay attention to that. Maybe we're coming down in a very annoying price channel, okay? Yeah, so this is still the $1,700 level will determine where we're heading. Don't need the 1660 level anymore on the chart. And this particular rally, this is happening at the moment, it looks more bullish on the Ether chart than on the Bitcoin chart. And as long as the price holds above 1635, this can push higher. A break below 1635 is a first hint that this rally is failing, but only a first indication. Yeah, that's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.